The Honourable Hekia Parata.
Tēnā koe te mana whakawā. Tēnā tātou e whakawhāiti nei, I roto I tō tātou whare pāremata I tēnei ahi. Good afternoon. I'm pleased to stand in support of the motion to support the Prime Minister's statement. It's been only 8 short years that this government, this national-led government, has been on this side of the House, not only offering hope and aspiration and ambition to New Zealanders, but delivering the environment and the conditions in which that can be realised. We've done that from an approach where we believe in New Zealanders and their capability to make choices for themselves, to take decisions, to lead better and hopeful lives. Unlike the other side of the House, who consider themselves the third partner in every family, the increase of dependence on the government, the happiness with which they embrace other people's unhappiness and inability to get ahead, we most definitely are not that kind of government. We continue to hold high aspirations, Mr. Speaker, for all New Zealanders. And we can stand here proudly, not boastfully, but proudly on the record that our government has of our last 8 years. It is important to recognise that we've come a long way, that it is a strong economy that gives us choices, and investing in that strong economy has been a hallmark of this government. Under the previous Prime Minister and under the previous Minister of Finance, who is now our Prime Minister, Bill English. And Mr. Speaker, how many Prime Ministers and how many leaders can be so fit, so agile, so gritty that they can shear a sheep and do it to beat Sir David Fagan, who is, of course, the 20 times gold medalist Olympian of one of the most difficult and most challenging sports and work in the world. And of course that is our Prime Minister Bill English, who, if the House has not seen it, is free to go on to my Facebook page, like it and be able to watch that video. Under this Prime Minister, Bill English, a plan most definitely has been articulated to the House. And for members of the opposition who remain unclear or confused because they live on a planet of alternative facts, we have them produced in colourful pamphlets with pictures and photos to help those who are unable to understand facts even when they stare them in the face. We have a record. We have growth in the economy of New Zealand, which is the envy of the world. It is still one that we aspire to improve, but it is a fact, and it is that fact that gives us the choices that enable us to help New Zealanders make their lives better for them. We have more jobs created in the past year, 130,000 of them. We see the median income growing. We see our government continuing to invest in those sectors that will help it to grow even more. We've been the government that's made the biggest investment in infrastructure. Again, may I invite members to visit my Facebook page and see on there the Honourable Nathan Guy celebrating the fact that the Kapiti Express will open formally this week. The Kapiti Express is only one example of this government's investment into real infrastructure. Up and down the country, as I drive on newly built roads, I say thank goodness for a government that continues to give. We just need a little bit more attention on State Highway 35, but I'm not here to get parochial. I am here for the greater good of the wider New Zealand, and infrastructure hasn't been confined to roads. As my previous speaker on this side, Honourable Amy Adams, talked about an area close to her heart, ultra-fast broadband. Ultra-fast broadband will allow for greater connectivity into the regions, the very regions that the previous member from the opposition, again out of touch, doesn't seem to understand that we've got growth going on in the regions. It isn't confined to our metropolitan centres. Over in Taranaki, we see tourism and dairying and the energy sector growing and growing. Down south, we've got an outbreak of economic development occurring all through Otago, as the member from Otago is chiming in. And that's as much because we've invested in infrastructure. In schooling alone, this government has invested just on $700 million in information and communication technology to make sure that all 2,500 of our schools can be connected, can facilitate learning that enables them to engage in the global challenges that our kids are increasingly becoming a part of and leaders in. So we have been involved in investing in infrastructure, not just talking about it, but putting the hard-earned taxes of New Zealanders where our mouths have been, which is we understand that the arteries of a nation are its roads, is its energy, is the transmission, are modern infrastructure such as information, communication and technology. I come from a little town, well known beyond its actual size, Ruatoria. It is one of the towns that is on the list for UFB to come to first as we move out into the provinces. That is going to make a difference for businesses, for the potential of employment there, for people to get jobs. And the call centre that was recently opened there and in Waverley that the Prime Minister referred to can currently employ 10 people because that's all the load on the line will take at the moment. The owners of that company have told me that with UFB, the potential for greater employment is huge, untapped, and they are excited about it. These are real New Zealanders backing themselves. I see my time. I'm going to speak even faster, Mr. Speaker, because I want to talk about education. Under this government, again, we have seen more kids participating in early childhood education. We set ourselves a target, we've been publicly accountable for it, and it is one of the problems of success. Almost 98% of all our earliest learners are participating in early childhood education. And that is seen, and that is a result of doubling, more than doubling, the funding into ECE. Where do people get this argument that funding has been frozen? Only in the alternative factosphere, because we are now up at $1.8 billion. When we came into government, it was $800 million. In regular maths, that's twice as much under this government. In schooling, it has increased 35%. Vote education is the highest it has ever been at over $11 billion. That is a 35% increase in education. How can that possibly be described as frozen funding? And underfunding, at the same time, student numbers have gone up by 3.56%. I'm trusting that the opposition can understand the difference between those two things. Funding's gone up 35%, student numbers have gone up 3.56%. How can that be underfunding except for the alternative reality of Andrew Little and them over there in education, and has that made a difference? The answer is yes. Marika, yes, it's made a difference. I posted again on this fabulous Facebook. Clearly I'm going to be swamped by people wanting to go there and see the latest report of our accountability as a government. But on there we have seen overall achievement go up to over 77% for all New Zealanders, and particularly, and the member for Mana will just be euphoric to know that Pacific Islands' success has gone up to 77.6% from the parlous 51% that his government was proud to leave our benches in 2008. So it isn't just that the funding has gone up. We've seen real results for that. More kids getting more opportunities to make more choices about the quality of life they and their families can have, because this government has understood the critical cornerstone that education does play. So the members on the other side can go on and on about alternative facts of underfunding, frozen funding, undermining children's futures. Anyone looking at the facts will know that that does not bear scrutiny. It does then lend doubt to the kinds of assertions and allegations that the opposition seem intent on making. Mr. Speaker, this government has a record of 8 years of achievement. It has a plan to go forward in 2017. It has fit, energetic, gritty and determined people of a high calibre and competence who are committed to a bright future for all New Zealanders. When we look at the leadership on this side of the Right Honourable Bill English and the Honourable Paula Bennett and the team that is alongside of them, and then we contrast it with the people on that side, and we look at who's being selected and characterised as fresh faces when some of them are older than me and I'm leaving, we've got to ask ourselves, is that the kind of team, the contrast that we are interested in? I'm really talking about the definition of freshness as opposed to ageism. I think that this government has got a record to be proud of, and it's got more to do, and it is fit and purposeful in the interests of New Zealanders. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.